Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Ancient Hebrew tongue, bless you Yahweh, bless you Yahweh Shai, bless you Yahweh, bless you Yahweh Shai, bless you Yahweh, bless you Yahweh Shai. Alright, this Hebrews 13, chapter 13, verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Right? So the Lord said, be not forgetful to entertain angels. You know? And that word entertain going to, to treat with conversation, to amuse or instruct by discourse, mean conversation or discussion, properly to engage the attention. You say and retain the company of one by agreeable conversation. You say discourse or agreement. It say what? It say by one agreeable conversation. Now my testimony, what I'm going into, was a agreeable conversation. What I had this encounter with this guy at a convenience store over here by my house, not too long back. I mean, it been a couple months back, but it been sitting heavy on my spirit ever since then. So I'm just not getting around to do the video. But the point is, when I was in the store, I was at the counter, and this guy had walked by. Well, the guy walked in the store, and I was at the counter. So, but when he opened the door, you at the counter, you might look back, probably glance, see coming in. So once he came in, I looked back, and when he was coming in, we made eye contact, and he was just looking, like I don't know, like he was reading my spirit, but he was just staring. So I turned back around, didn't think nothing of it, perceiving about my stuff. So then he was like, "Hey, brother." Tell me like, "Hey, brother." He was like, but the thing here, remind you, there other people in the store, and this way, what I'm finna tell you, what he said to me, he didn't say it to nobody else, and there were other people in the store behind him in the line. So he got behind me in the line, like, "Hey, brother, I got to tell you this, man, but Jesus love you, man." So I was like, "Who Jesus?" So I started laughing because he said Jesus. But sometimes, hey, the Lord, like they said, the Lord work in a mysterious way. It's so maybe this right, like it was a test that he was testing me to see whether I was gonna say the right name. I'm just saying that I believe in that through the spirit. Y'all about to y'all shot. So he was like, "Hey, brother, I gotta tell you this, man. Jesus love you, man. He love you." I was like, "Who?" Yahweh Shai? And he was like, "Who?" I was like, "Yahweh Shai." He like, "Yeah, yeah. You know who I am then. You know me. Like, you know who I am. Yeah, you know me." So he just kept repeating it, saying, "You know me, you know who I am." But when it come down to it, I never met this guy a day in my life. And there were other people in the store. But my thing is, he didn't have this conversation where he said, this conversation he had with me, he didn't say it to anybody else. He only said it to me. Saying like, "Yahweh Shai love you." But he said Jesus. But when I said Yahweh Shai, he was like, "Who?" I like, "Yahweh Shai." He like, "Yeah." And they like, his face brightened up. And he was like, "Yeah, you know me. You know who I am." He kept repeating it. So with me, I was like, okay. Like, I never met this guy a day in my life. But he kept saying, "I know him." But the thing is, we was in a agreeable conversation about the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And that word entertainment also going to keep hold, it say, or maintain in the mind with favor. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was doing, man. And that's what I've been doing. I've been keeping hold and maintaining in the mind with the favor. With the grace, with the goods, with the service of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And with the guy coming talking, and saying what he said, the treat with conversation, the word entertainment also going to, like I said, the treat with conversation to amuse. Because I was amused at first when he said Jesus. Then I was like, "Who Yahushua?" And he kept like, "Yeah, you know me." But the whole time he was talking to me, he wasn't laughing at all. He didn't even have a smile on his face. Period. So he say what to treat with conversation. He say to amuse or instruct by discourse. He say properly to engage the attention and retain the company of one by a agreeable conversation, discourse or agreement. So that's what the word entertainment going to. That's what was going on when I was inside the store. But when I turned back around and I was thinking hard as hell, like, damn, they got somebody to know him. I'm trying to think, have I ever met him before and forgot? But I was like, I know I ain't never met him before. So by the time I got ready, got my stuff and walked away from the counter, he said, hey man, he love you, man. I'm telling you, brother, he love you. Be blessed. And I walked out of the store and that was it. So when I went inside in the car, I was thinking like, damn, who that guy is? And when he came out to the store, and another thing is, he walked to a white car. We know y'all by Shimmy Y'all Shy, you know, that way that white represent that pure. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at everything through a spiritual eye. I know white represent pure, you know, and we gonna be in that Lord willing part of that number, that 144, one of the men, we're gonna be in that fine linen, you know, in that white. But the thing is, he walked to a white car. And what the scripture say about Yahushua, that one, he appeared on that white horse, you know. But the point is, you know, that Hebrews 13:2, man, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware, right? Because when you out here, you never know who you talking to when you out here. So you got to you know, be mindful. You know, you got to keep in mind what it say, to keep hold or in mind. Shalaki, to keep hold or maintain in the mind with favor. So you got to be on knowing who you talking to. You know, you got to keep that in mind when you out here talking to certain people on the highway and byway, because you could be talking to an angel not knowing, you know, unaware. But with that, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. With that, Shalom.